Hey, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, or good evening. I am Dr. Jareka Dodd, and I am so excited. Did you see my post this morning? I'm sorry, I'm so excited. Did you see my post this morning? This morning, I posted about my friend, my my business buddy, my magazine cover buddy, Dr. Leslie Hodge. You know, if you haven't seen, I have been promoting an event, Women in Pharmacy, with a little asterisk, nothing held back. And it's a virtual 3-day summit where I am going to teach. I'm going to teach as a response to the more than 10 women a week in pharmacy that are on my Zoom calls saying to me, I don't like my job. I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know how to get started. If I could just figure it out, I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, I don't have the confidence, but everybody expects me to do this as a pharmacist, this as a pharmacy tech. I'm not sure where my career is headed, and I'm a student and I haven't even started yet. All of those things are what I am going to be addressing in this upcoming 3 days. Women in Pharmacy, nothing held back. You know, one of the things that how we hold too much stuff back. And so, all right, let me just get to my guest. All right, I'm so excited. I have so many things to share. So, if you have not gotten your ticket, that will be streaming across the screen. If you are watching this live, go ahead, interact with us. We'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this on replay, hit hashtag replay, and we'd love, love, love to hear from you. So, I have to tell you that as I have walked this journey of preparing to produce this event. Number one, I was in my own way. I had another friend who was like, yeah, all the reasons that you gave for not doing it, those sound like all the reasons you should do it. So I was like, okay. So then who comes along but my friend, Dr. Leslie Hodge. Dr. Leslie Hodge, like, oh, you don't have time to hear all of our history, but we've been friends for some time. And I'll tell you this, I tell my coaching clients that you need friends in business because your family, the people you grew up with, you know, the people you went to elementary school with, they will not always get it that you're in business. You need friends in business that you can sit on the phone at night and go, you know what, I had a great day, but I'm really not sure how this is going to work out. Those are the people that you need to come to your side when you're in business. You need business friends. And so Dr. Leslie reached out to me and said, I am going to be a sponsor of your event, and my businesses are going to promote your event every day. And you know, there was a day when I was like, I'm tired. And she posted on social media. I was like, oh, there you go. Let me get up. I got to get going. And so you need that friend, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Leslie Hodge. Let me read her little rap sheet real quick. I got it right here. Dr. Leslie Hodge is the founder and master stylist El Renee of Who's Your Stylist and Image Consulting. Get your image. She has styled several women for Pharmacist magazine. Yeah. Dr. Leslie Hodge is also the founder and the CEO of Emerge Learning Institute, which is a training program for those wishing to be trained as pharmacy technicians. She's gonna get you right. And then Dr. Leslie is also the founder and CEO of Scripts and Beyond pharmacy consulting practice. Like, I want to be like this lady when I grow up. Welcome, Dr. Leslie.
Well, thank you. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this.
We never have a problem turning on the camera and just talking. We don't have to have any, we don't even have to have a pre-meeting. We had a pre-meeting to like just catch up. Girl, what you been doing? Girl, look at that neck. That's beautiful what you wear. Like, that's what our pre-meetings are like. Mm-hmm. And I am just, let me just say on camera, because I know I have said it privately. Like, I was just doing like this before we went live. And, you know, I think about a week ago, we were both like this on the phone. But thank you. Thank you. When you are in business, it can be probably one of the most lonely journeys you can experience. So talk. I'm gonna let you talk. I said a long intro. I'm gonna let you talk. How, like, when you like, just tell them something about us, Leslie. Tell them how we got together.
You know what's so funny? Are you like you said it earlier, like our history, it spans back, I think 2018. Right? I was thinking about that this morning. I said, was it 2019 or 2018? It was 2018 when we first came to know of each other. Let me say that, because that's so important about our story too. And I don't know if you remember this, but you were messaging me and I didn't even realize you were messaging me. And then I was messaging you talking about, hey, it would be nice to meet you. I hope we can connect. And you're like, I already sent that message. And I'm like, what? So we were on the same page. It's so funny to me. You just, all these different social media platforms and those messengers can kind of get lost. And that's what happened. We didn't even know we were messaging. And really, the point of that was that we were on the same page at the same time. Never met each other face to face. I don't think we had even spoken, email, or anything. But the fact is, we were both pharmacists. We were both women. We were both African-American women. And it was a no-brainer. We need to connect. And then we connected. And then you remember this? We connected in the month of October, which is Pharmacist Month. And then it was just off and running from there. Oh yeah, go ahead. What was it?
I remember because I was like, we're about to make history. And I don't know this lady, but I think we're about to make history because we met when you, and I don't even have my copy in front of me, but we met when you were on the cover of Dr. Jessica Mosley's Ms. CEO publication. And I was on the back. And I was like, I don't know if there have ever been two pharmacists on her front and back cover. And I'm so grateful. So I know I sent a prayer to her yesterday. So if she's hearing this, if she sees this, I hope that number one, she knows that we're thinking about her and we love her, and that we're so grateful because she was the woman in business who brought us together.
Yes, she did.
And when it was 2018, because 2019 was when we did this.
Yes, look, I got mine too. Yes, I got mine too.
And so literally, I just remember when I turned the corner in 2019 and had the idea for Pharmacist Magazine. And, it's so surreal that we're headed towards 3 years in October, because Leslie, when I talk about you all the time, I'm like, see her right there. There she is right there. You know her. And literally, like, this picture looks like it was done last week. Like, it doesn't look like 3 years ago. It doesn't look like, and so back then I had no idea. I was like, I want to have a magazine. Like, I think I want to have a magazine. And you were one of those people. I just, if she's listening, I just talked to Sylvia last week. And I said to her, as I'm saying now, I was like, I can't believe that I came up with this idea. I went to these 11 women and was like, I don't know if it'll work, but I just want to ask you, do you want to be a part? And all of you all said yes. And I said to her, nobody second guess, nobody, because pharmacists, we can be really analytical. And
we want the details, right?
Let me check on the return on investment. I'm not really sure. I'm not really, I don't know. So literally, I went to those 11 women, of which you were one. And you and I had formed such a friendship over that previous year that I was like, I gotta surprise her. She has to be and then obviously the pandemic hit, but I promise we are going to fly to the same city one day.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to do that.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, all right. I'm talking again. Leslie,
no,
tell the people what it means, like, because I think that's something new with regard to sponsorship in our profession. Now, I understand that, major pharma companies do sponsorship, what have you. They sponsor, conferences that, big organizations are having. However, because I think that that's not something that's done in the entrepreneurial space in pharmacy. So how did you get my message to say, hey, do you want to be a sponsor? I'm giving you first right of refusal. And what were your thought patterns? How did you decide to do that for the entrepreneurs out there who are like, sponsorship? Why do I need to do that?
Well, I have to say first that it really is a no-brainer when you think about the relationship, what you bring, what you've brought to my life, but what you've brought to the profession of pharmacy. And so to have something that is specifically targeting the profession of pharmacy, sponsorship is basically, to me, is a way of saying high five, I'm with you, high five, I support you, um, a handshake, job well done, right? That's, to me, that's the tangible way of saying that, right? And so even with that, as an entrepreneur, we sometimes think that's for everyone else. It's just like, someone else will take care of it, someone else will sponsor, but why not you? Why not you get behind something that you know is going to impact people? When you think about your mission, when you think about your core values, when you think about your vision for your company, most of us, I will just say most, but most of us have a vision or a mission or core values that align with development, that align with people making a positive impact. So getting behind that again is like, hey, let me give you a high five. Let me put my stamp of approval and say, hey, yes, this is something that if you are attached to me, if you are aligned with me, then you want to align with this as well. So it's just a way of saying that and doing that. And it's nothing like seeing someone birth something and then be able to be a part of that as you know it's going to continue to grow and expand. So that's why it was yes, that's why it was absolutely, that's why it was why aren't there more? When is the next one? What do we need to start doing now to plan for the
Now,
next one to make it bigger, make it better, extend the audience? Even in your post this week, you've also said it's not just for pharmacists, but people who are just I guess stuck. I want to just say this word
yes.
stuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in their own way, in their own thoughts, in their own processes. But it's for all those people. And so of course, pharmacy is the foundation of it and why it's bringing us together, but it doesn't have to stop there. So that's why it's easy to say yes, and that's why it's my way of saying high five. It's my way of patting you on the back and saying job well done because it's so needed.
Well, I appreciate you. And as I mean, like when I was writing the post for today, I mean, I thought of the many levels that we have connected. And I remember back in, when I met you and when we were in the Ms. CEO magazine together, and I had just like brought my pharmacy consulting practice online, and I literally was like, okay, this is the price, because pharmacists, and they're very guarded. And so like I just remember getting on the phone with you, and I trusted that we had built a friendship in a relatively very short amount of time. You remember that first time we were on the phone, and I literally was like, girl, your husband is going to be looking for you because we've been on the phone 3 hours. And that was like, I think our first conversation, but it was like, we just instantly clicked. And I mean, like, do you remember us being in New Orleans for the Ms. CEO Essence events? I mean, like, I just have so many memories. And when we came back, I'm going to tell you how humbling it was when we came back from the Miss CEO. That was 2019 in the summer, because Essence always happens in July. And you reached out to me and said, I want you to be my coach. Oh, like, what? my friend. You see, most of the other people, all of the other people that I have coached have not been like my friend, like my ace. And so I just remember like being so like humbled, quieted when you were like, I want you to, I was like, me?
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, and so I have to just tell you that for again, I'm saying on camera, so for all the people who see, thank you, because I tell you, anytime someone comes to me and they end up being my client, like, but you're like the one person who was my friend and then became my client. Most people are my clients and then they become my friends. And so it was so humbling. And, I just was so, when we were on the phone that night in the group and you were like, I want to be a fashion stylist. Now here's this accomplished woman. She's like in every committee, on every committee that there is known to woman in pharmacy, like busy lady who says, I want to build a fashion styling business. And I was like, let's do it. Talk a little bit about your journey to who's your stylist, and because I'm sure that might have even shocked you when you said it out of your mouth, like, I just said that and because pharmacists, we get hung up on the fact that we went to school for this many years and we have all this alphabet soup behind our name. So how could I go? I was just talking to Danielle. You all are like, I'm forever flashing your pictures. Like, you can even be a fashion stylist. So talk about that for the people who are like, well, I'm a pharmacist and I've spent so many years.
And that's the sentence, just like no is the sentence. And yes, I actually just had an interview and I talk about that night on how we were, it was kind of like a break. And I know you probably don't remember the specifics, but it was kind of a break. And you asked the question, so if you guys weren't doing pharmacy, what would you do? And I was the first one to speak up. Oh, hands down, stylist. And you said, what? And just like you just did. So very, very authentic. What? Then why haven't you? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. And you were like, you're on the phone right now. We're getting ready for, I'm getting feedback. It might be me. You're on the phone right now and you're on the phone with all these pharmacists. Like, what's the problem? And I don't know if you know this part, but I stayed up that night and built that web page. I don't know if you remember that. I built the web page and introduced it into the group. The group 24 or 48 hours later. I think it was maybe 2 days later, but I got my first sale from that group. And I remember lying on the couch. It was a Saturday night, had just worked my 10-hour shift in community pharmacy and was lying on the couch and my phone went off. And it was a message from, the pay platform saying someone had paid. And to this day, that was, you talked about, let me get up. Like, this is really happening. Okay. And so to tell that person, hey, yes, you went to pharmacy school, round of applause. Yes, you earned your doctorate, round of applause. You earned whatever degree you earned, round of applause. But it doesn't stop there. The reality is there's more. And now I've said that, and this is not just for this moment. I've said this for years. For me, it was just, there's more, there's more, there's more. And so as long as there's more, as long as you don't become paralyzed with the thoughts of what if and what if and what if and how can I and what if this doesn't work? If you don't become paralyzed by that and just start doing, just start moving, you really will be amazed. I'm going to steal your phrase for 1 second, giving all props to you, but you really will be amazed at what a pharmacist can do, because we do so much. We do so much in whatever setting you practice in. I did retail. My full career just came out of it after 17 years. And someone literally from an interview just asked, how do you use your skills from pharmacy in your businesses now? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know how much skills and resources are transferable from pharmacy. But like you said, we get stuck with, but I have the alphabet soup behind my name, and I have this guaranteed um, weekly or bi-weekly deposit from this company. But I'm here to tell you, and I hope this is not out of line, but I'm here to tell you nothing is guaranteed. We have
Nothing.
seen that in the last 2 years. We've seen that with layoffs. We've seen that with COVID. We've seen that with just downsizing. We've seen that. We've seen a shift. So nothing is guaranteed. So why rest your future? Why rest your dreams? Why rest your visions? Why rest your everything that really gives you life and really gives you a quality of life? Why rest that on someone else's decision and what they feel like and what's going on with them and how it's going to benefit them? You get one life. You get one life. Live it to the best. Live it without regret. Pursue those things. Hey, if you fail fast, fail quickly, learn from those mistakes, get up and try again. But you will never know if you never try. So that's always been my thing. So it may look like, oh, you're busy, you dip and dab. No, there's a foundation for me. The foundation is helping people become their best selves, helping people become their best selves with their medications and their health journey. That's Scripts and Beyond, helping people become their best selves with how they look, how they feel within themselves and about themselves. That's Who's Your Stylist and Image Consulting, helping people find a new career, find something that's going to benefit their life, their family, their community. That's Emerge Learning Institute. So it's not just, oh, let me wake up and decide to do this. No, the foundation is helping people. How can I help people live the life that they want to live
Right.
the best way? And so those are the ways that I am choosing, that I've been called in purpose to carry out. So don't get distracted by, hey, my name has alphabet soup behind it. Take that and use that to elevate the things that you want to do.
So I had Dr. Jen Bourgeois, who is featured in the spring edition of the magazine this year. And yesterday I did a live with her, and we talked about the journey versus the destination.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people are focused on the destination,
Mm-hmm.
and they look at the destination and they'll say, oh, that's too far. Or they're just so laser focused on getting there that either way, it hinders them from enjoying the journey. And I love what you talked about. See, if it wasn't too much technical difficulty for me, I would have just turned my camera off and let you talk to the people. We would not have a split screen. I'd be like, Dr. Leslie is in the house and she's teaching. But I did that before, and then I was like, whoo, I can't get back on. So I did not do that this morning. But let me first take it. I want to first take a moment because, and this is one of the things, and that I was late getting to this studio because she and I were talking. But one of the things that I love is that two of my former coaching clients, Dr. Leslie Hodge, who is here, but that I was speaking with Dr. Danielle Perrodin right before I came. And what I love is that when I'm talking to people about the magazine, I'm like, well, I have two stylists. Let me introduce you to them both because either one of them will get you right. And I love the relationship that the two of you all have, because I want to speak to that because I know she is tuned in too. She sent this message to say Leslie's wearing my new favorite color. I told her I was headed. She was like, "Tell her I said hi." I told her I was headed to and then she also said, when you said nothing is guaranteed, she said that is the truth. And then we had a shout out and a hello from Toyin. So I want to say thank you for tuning in and for watching. Absolutely. Dr. Leslie, you said a mouthful. Like I said, I could have just gone and fixed me some coffee for the morning while you schooled the audience, because you're right. I love how you have definitely identified your purpose. And no matter where you show up with excellence, you show up with execution. And I love that because, and it's not tied to, Dr. Danielle said, Leslie, you brought the message today. Yes. Hallelujah. And so,
Danielle's my cheerleader, boy. She's my cheerleader. I love you, Danielle. Thank you so much.
And I'm not sure who this is, but we'll be able to see when we get back on LinkedIn. Somebody said hi. So hello to whoever just sent us the hi. But when I tell you that I love the relationship that you ladies have, I'm so excited because I have seen you ladies collaborate together. I've seen, and you all, you and Danielle, y'all are like y'all work in secrecy, because the next thing I know is I get pictures from a woman who's in the magazine and she is together and she has been styled by either Dr. Leslie Hodge or Dr. Danielle Perrodin. And I'm like, how come nobody told me? And so I was like, I know how to take care of this. Send me a list of everybody you styled for the magazine so that I can let the pharmacy world know, so that I can let the world know that here are two ladies who are doctors in pharmacy, but because, you know, there's some people who hang on to those credentials, doctors in pharmacy, but they have a passion for helping ladies hear and also their physical expression of how they look, how they dress, how they walk, how they carry themselves, what their image is, whether it be for business or professional. So I love, love, love the relationship that you all have. And I can't wait to circle with you all. This is a little prelude to the summer edition of the magazine. I can't wait to see what the two of you all have cooking, because I really do, you know, and you said a lot of things. You talked about back in 2019, or when we had that group, and I said, you know, why haven't we, let's go, let's do it, let's build it. And you said you came back within 24, 48 hours and you put the website in the group and you got your first image client from the group. One of the things that I am very, very passionate about is being connected with other women in business who cheer for you, who do business with you, who will support you, who will sit there on the days when you're like, it didn't go so well, but they won't let you stay there. They listen to you, but then they're willing to be like, all right, so how are we gonna fix this? All right, so what's next? And I don't know that I necessarily at that time called it a mastermind, but my coaching obviously has continued to evolve. And now there is a mastermind component and it is required. And the ladies are grouped together in groups of 4. And when I tell you, I just was on one of their calls yesterday, and at the end, we were pulling up songs on our phone, laughing. And I said, this is what you need in business. You need some people that you can just hang out with. Yes, we talked about the challenges. We've stretched each other and talked about, okay, what's the goal for next week? This is what I want to see. I want to see you do this. I want to see you do that. And how can I help you? One of them just sent me a message this morning and said, one of the others asked her to be the support on her webinar. Like, you need that. And so I loved hearing you say, I had my idea, because sometimes you just need somebody to bounce things off. Definitely you had the coach there, but you know, having other people who are like, yeah, you could do it, because sometimes we don't have that assurance on our own. And so that group, I mean, I still hear from time to time of people in the group still keeping in contact with each other. My coaching clients from last year still talk to each other. I don't know if they have formal masterminds, but you talked about that group and being able to come back. And I just think that's really important because, you know, in pharmacy school, we operate in silos. Because when I got to pharmacy school, it was look to the left, look to the right. Everybody's not going to make it. I hope that's not you. And so it breeds this competition that's really, I feel, very unhealthy. And I see it pervade even in our profession today. People are still competitive. And I'm like, you know what? And that's why I think you and Danielle have such a special place in my heart, because you both do something similar. You both do something different. You both are friends. And the people that are meant for you come for you. The people that are meant for her come for her. And you all collaborate. Like, I love that, because I believe that it's a great example. Hi, Theory. Oh, wait, we got more people saying hello.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Theory. Oh, that's an amazing lady. I met
Hi,
her
Theory.
at a great time on the phone a couple months ago. So hello. And then let's see, we have Sherry Boston. She says, this is excellent. My foundation is also helping people. You are so passionate. I'm not surprised to hear of your success. Thank you both for your encouragement today. Sherry, we want to meet you. So thank you for reaching out on the and putting in a comment. So make sure that we get connected on LinkedIn so that we can further talk. But I really just admire the friendship and the collaborative nature that you have. And I do think that that is possible in pharmacy. So I think the last number I heard was there's over 300, maybe 330,000 pharmacists in the United States. Obviously, pharmacists are all over the world.
Right.
And I even believe in partnering with those who are across the pond.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Around the world, because every woman in pharmacy that I've gotten on the phone with, whether it be a pharmacist, whether it be a technician or a student, no matter the country. I got a call to Southern Ireland today to talk to a woman pharmacist in Ireland, owns her own shop there. Siobhan, I hope you see this because I'm giving you a shout out. I'm going to talk
about wave at her.
Yes, you have to wave to Siobhan over in Ireland. She found me and said, I wanna get to know you. And so we've started having conversation. Nonetheless, I say all that to say that, Sherry said, will do. She said she's gonna get in touch with us.
Okay.
So thank you, Sherry. Every time I've gotten on the phone with a woman in pharmacy, I realize that we have more in common, even if it's a technician. I want to say that for the technicians, for the students, even if it's a pharmacist, a technician, or a student, no matter who, I am able to, we have something in common. We have something in common, one, in the profession, two, just being women. And so here is, let's see, I'm going to be Miss Perrine. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can pronounce the first name, but she said good evening, so I want to make sure to say hello to her and thank you for tuning in. Nonetheless, Leslie, you made a lot of good points, and I just hope that if there's a woman, and that asterisk after women in pharmacy, and the asterisk it says and a few good men. So this is not just a woman's event. It's for anyone, like Dr. Leslie said, who wants to get unstuck, who wants to grow, who wants to take whatever it is that they're doing to the next level. That's who this is for. Leslie, I have definitely enjoyed having you. I knew we would not have any problem talking. We are at 32.
Never do. We never do. We never do.
if you give some I mean, you dropped like Daniel said, you brought the message today. And now, I mean, if I had a proverbial offering plate, or I could open the doors and people could come and join, we would definitely. So I'm gonna offer you to come join. Nothing held back on July.
Right, that's right, 21st to the 23rd, exactly.
Dr. Leslie, I'm just gonna ask you, I'm gonna let you take us out. I'm gonna do my ending, and then I'm gonna let you close us out. You can get a benediction. Dr. Leslie, let me just say this. So, she has been elevated to pastor. Dr. Leslie's gonna close us out, but I'm gonna say this. I am honored to have you here. I am humbled and grateful for your enduring friendship these short years. It seems like a lot longer than that. And for everyone who tuned in, who watches this later, thank you so much. If you can't hear the passion in our hearts, then I don't know what to say. There's another comment. Thank you, Zachary. If you can't hear the passion in our hearts and what drives us to do what we do, then I don't know what will. But I welcome you to join me at the Women in Pharmacy and a Few Good Men, Nothing Held Back virtual summit on July 21st through the 23rd. And it's going to be, I am so excited. I've had so much fun putting this together. It has not been easy, because a lot of times I think sometimes people are looking for easy. I don't think that exists except that button in the office supply store. But if you are able, if you, even if you can attend for one day, and I don't think, yeah, it doesn't even have to be all the days. Come for one day, get a VIP ticket so you can get the links for the replay. So if you can't make it all the time, you can still get a VIP ticket and be available. There are tech and student rates. If you have been a client of the magazine or my coaching client, there is a discount rate for you. So don't hesitate to reach out. And if you have questions, if you're like, I'm not really sure if this can help me, reach out. You can find me on LinkedIn. That's the easiest place. But I tell you what, wherever you send the message, I will respond. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Leslie. And y'all don't turn my platform over very often. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Leslie and give some final words and then close us out.
No pressure at all, right? Oh. No pressure. Well, let me just say again, thank you for this opportunity to be on here. Thank you for what you're doing for the profession of pharmacy. But I will close by saying this: the best investment you will ever make is the investment in yourself. So let me say that again: the best investment you will ever make is the investment in yourself. So begin making those investments, and why not choose to attend a conference, a summit where it's going to specifically speak to you. We all have different things that are holding us back or that are keeping us stuck, but to know that something has been designed with you in mind, why not invest in that? The important thing about investment is that you will get a return. And that return is that you will find out what it is that you need to do to move forward, what it is that you need to begin doing that you can start doing now and don't have to wait. Oftentimes we get so stuck in, as Dr. Jericka just said, we get stuck in just looking at the destination, but not understanding that there is a journey and a process. So understanding and coming to grips that there will be a journey, there will be a process in order for you to get to that destination, and understanding how to navigate that process and journey is going to be key. So take the time, if you're able to, invest in yourself, take the time to block out everything else for those 3 days to focus on you and focus on what it is that you want to do. And yes, even as a pharmacist, you can do more because there is more in you. You wouldn't even be drawn to this platform or Dr. Jericka or even myself if there wasn't more, if there wasn't a nudge going on in you. So answer that nudge and see what you need to do so that you can begin to take what seems like a dream, what seems like, oh, maybe it can happen, to actually it becoming a reality for you. So I look forward to seeing you at the conference. I look forward to meeting you. I just look forward to seeing you become your best self and you walking out that thing that you've been muting and keeping quiet for so long. I'm looking forward to seeing you live it out loud. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you at the conference next week.